What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. I hope you guys are having an excellent Thursday. And since it's Thursday, you know what that means. If you're a watcher of the vlog, watcher of the channel, it means it is Thrifting Thursday. And I'm stoked on that. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. However, I do want to say that there is a little bit of good news, and that is my tooth pain is at a minimum. And if you watched yesterday's video, then you know that I was in pretty excruciating pain. Last night was even worse, and this morning was pretty bad because of the pain. Yesterday I couldn't really get any sleep. So I haven't done anything different, and I haven't taken any other kind of medications, but my tooth pain is probably at a 3 out of 10 right now. So that is putting me in a great mood because I can actually move around, I can have some coffee, like I don't feel terrible. So even though I still have a little bit of pain, just like the daily uploads, Thrifting Thursday will not be canceled because of a little tooth pain. So we're gonna go full force, unbreakable, if you will. So I found this sticky note when I was cleaning up around my desk a few minutes ago, and it has so it has some writing on it. It has these 3 little affirmations on it. I assume that's what they were. I heard something or I watched something at some point and, felt like I needed to jot it down. And it's affirmations or things that stuck out to me when thinking about creating art, creating content, or just, in general, life in general, right? If you have a goal you're trying to achieve. And that's what I want to talk about in today's video. And if I can fit in any thrifting footage by the end of the day in the edit, I will do that. If not, then all the thrifting and some photo ideas that I'll be doing today will take place in tomorrow's vlog. But I want to talk about these, and we'll frame it around the structure of your goals or your content. So I assume a lot of you guys are either on YouTube creating content or you have some sort of life goal. So the first thing on this list is mindfulness. So what I mean by mindfulness, embracing the moment. So this is something that I've learned how to do over the course of the last couple years, and I'm getting better at every day. And I talk a little bit about this in the last how to overcome your obstacles video. I'll link that up here. But even with the vlog, it's forcing me to focus on moments, small moments of time, and back to the whole time management aspect, really be in the moment. And that's something I struggled with for, probably, I don't know, a good portion of my life, but probably 5 years straight of my life. I was always just anxious for, okay, well, what's the next thing I'm going to be doing? Okay, so now that I've done this, I'm moving on to that. I was always living for tomorrow instead of today. So mindfulness to me, just embrace the moment. And whether it's your goals, whether it's your personal life with your family, whether it's your creative work, there's always a lesson to be learned in whatever it is you're currently doing. Doesn't matter if you've done that thing 1,000 times. Like this video today. There's something for me to learn from this video that I'm going to apply to the vlog tomorrow and the next day. Some of these vlogs I've looked at and I was like, man, I wish I would have added some B-roll in there, or I wish I would have said that a little bit differently, or mixed things up and sort of gone somewhere and finished my point. So I look at my vlogs and I'm always looking at, okay, well, how can I improve them? And that goes with mindfulness. So we're going to talk about the second point, but we got to get Simon out for a walk. That guy is ready. So let's go do that, and then we'll talk about our second little affirmation we got here. Ready? 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 Okay. All right. Hang on. Man, it is amazing out here today. The weather is perfect. It is 81 degrees, and it is starting to be that time of year where you can see that summer is slowly turning into fall, which fall is my favorite time of the year, not just because of all the cool holidays you get, but just because of the weather. You know, I like to be able to go out, wear a light long sleeve or a hoodie if I want to. So really stoked on this time of year. You know, my birthday, my wife's birthday, my son's birthday, Thanksgiving, Halloween, all of that takes place in the fall. So I just love this time of year. So what I do want to call Drewxcifer's affirmations, we are going to talk about point number 2, and that is acceptance. So what do I mean by acceptance? Well, there's a great quote that goes, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And you have to accept that anything that you are going to create, any goal you have, any job you're ever going to do in your life, it does not matter. It is going to take hard work if, you know, there are benefits involved in doing the work. Now, you can't rush your greatness. We talked about this a little bit in the last video about overcoming your obstacles in creating, but not only can you not rush your greatness, you have to accept defeat. And we all want to be undefeated, but you have to accept that you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. You know, you're going to have videos with no views, you're going to have music that goes unlistened to, you're going to have art that goes unseen, and that's just part of the process. Like I said, with these daily vlogs, one of the grand things that I'm taking away from it is uploading every day and failing on certain days and learning how to get better and learning from those failings on the next day, and then just creating a massive body of work, you know, that will help propel me further in my craft in the future. You know, of course, there's other things like just documenting my days for the sake of documentation, so on and so forth, but there are a lot of lessons to be learned. And I don't want you guys to think that, you know, my channel is ever going to just be about filmmaking, photography, and editing. There's also going to be a little bit of these advice type videos, things that have taken me a long time to learn in my life, because more or less I didn't grow up with a father figure, and a lot of the things I've had to learn, I've had to go through painstakingly, like issues in my life to figure them out. So I feel like if there's anybody out there that needs to hear a little bit of advice like I did, it's always nice to have a reassuring place and somebody that's not gonna, you know, give you any kind of bullshit and just give you the straight advice and the straight answers. All right, Simon, you ready to go? You ready to go home? Let's go this way. There's a ton of spider webs when you walk that trail. You have to duck underneath them. I don't like breaking their webs. Those guys work so hard to make those. Like I said, acceptance and hard work. I'm so happy I can drink coffee today. It's been excruciating the last couple days, not really being able to drink it. And I know it sounds very first world, very stupid, but like, everybody has their thing, and coffee is mine. So the last point I want to talk about here is one that will tie everything together, not just what we talked about in this video, but in that last video about overcoming your obstacles or why you don't act on your creative ideas, is number 3, and that is knowing the process. Knowing that it is a journey and not a destination. You've heard people say it's a marathon, not a sprint. And I've never really cared about that advice. I always kind of thought it was BS. And, you know, the more you slow down and you're mindful and you accept that things take hard work, and you realize that it's about the journey, not the destination, you will reap more rewards, you'll learn more lessons, and you will also be better all around for it. Now, let's use this vlog series as an example, right? Again, it's about the journey, right? It's not about really completing it, even though that's the end goal, is to get 100 videos done in 100 days, but it's about the lessons I learn and the conversations that I have, and hopefully the people I motivate and inspire to do something similar, and the things that I can teach along the way. It's also about, learning about myself and developing new skills, like I said, routines and time management. Let's see, what else do I have written on here? That perfection is not necessary. So that goes with knowing the process, right? So there are things that you want to be refined, and you want to be polished, and you want to be perfect. Like we talked about before, perfection does not exist, but you want to do things to the best of your ability. Now, for me, being a cinematographer, being a camera person, being a person that admires cinematography, could I make these vlogs a little bit more cinematic? I could, and maybe once I nail down my routines and my time management a little bit better, it'll open up more time for me to inject more B-roll and more cinema-like type of shots in these vlogs. But I've never daily vlogged before, and to me, conveying my message is more important than the razzle-dazzle, so to speak. So I will hopefully get to a point where I can make cinematic style vlogs every single day. But right now I know that that level of perfection is not necessary for me to deliver these messages. I also know that I don't need to make 10, 15-minute long videos every day. Some videos can be 3 minutes. Like I said, if that's what it takes to convey my message across, then 3 minutes is fine. If it takes 20 minutes, then I'll do 20 minutes. If for some reason I need to shoot for an hour to convey my message, that's what I'll do. But yeah, so perfection is not necessary. The key takeaway from everything I'm trying to say is I have learned by watching my son go from a baby to a 13-year-old how much I need to value time, because there is no greater way to see time fast forward than raising a kid, right? Like, you see all of those milestones, and if you look at each day, it seems like, every day is going to take forever. But now that my son's about to be 13, I realize, where has the freaking time gone? Where has it gone? And I know a lot of that, some of those years, I probably could have been more mindful. My mind was on work, it was on creative project, it was on, oh man, I can't wait till my son can crawl. I can't wait till he, we can skateboard together. I can't wait till this, I can't wait till that, instead of really just stopping and enjoying each small stage of his life. So that's not just parenting advice for me, that's just general advice, for anything you do, right? Like, if you're a small channel like mine, enjoy being a small channel for now, right? Take the rewards and the benefits that go with being a smaller channel. Take the rewards and the benefits and the freedom that go with not having all those deadlines and stuff that bigger channels have. And then learn those lessons now, so when you do become a bigger channel, or whatever the case may be, you can apply the lessons and the disciplines that you have harnessed now and use them when you get to that next level. So instead of just trying to skyrocket to that next level and not have learned anything, you'll be unprepared and you're setting yourself up for failure. So last thing I want to say is, I'm not a motivational speaker type of person. I'm not a self-help guru kind of person, but I am a creative person that has made a lot of mistakes, not just in general life, but in my creative life. And I've had to learn through them, persevere through them, and that's because nobody ever told me anything, right? I'm basically a solo creator here in my town. I do have a couple people I know that do YouTube and stuff, but we don't do it together. Our niches are completely opposite, and we could talk a little bit about it, but when it comes to the type of mistakes I make creatively, they're not making the same ones, and vice versa. So, a lot of lessons I've learned through filmmaking, photography, and in life. I've had to make mistakes and learn them because I didn't have anybody there to give me that advice. So if I can be that source of advice for somebody else, that's amazing. And I hope I am, and I hope you guys take it with a grain of salt. And I'm not going to make videos like this all the time, but like I said, with this tooth problem I got going on, I've been really short on time. by being in a lot of pain. So these are the type of videos we're getting until we get back to the adventures. So we'll call these Drewisms. And I'll recap these down in the comments. Let me know which one that you like the best down there. And I gotta go get this Thrifting Thursday underway. So as always, guys, stay rad, just go shoot, and I'll see you tomorrow. See ya. Sometimes you just gotta go back and pick up the camera. You always walk twice as much as anybody else when you're vlogging.